Kahalo Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone over well. I am not a member of Great Millstone, however, I have entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessing to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. I'm using the name of our Lord, of our power, God of Israel, right? Or who is to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? His name is Yahweh, right? He exists in his son's name, whom he will send to save us out of Babylon the Great, the new Exodus. His name is Yahweh Shai, whom you ignorantly refer to as Jesus. I'm using this as a backdrop because I just want to tell a quick dream and then get a precept, and then I'm out. This is really just meant to be very quick, if that's what the Spirit allows. So without further ado, and also forgive me, I remember the dream by bits and pieces. So, but what I do know is that I would wake up, and then when I went back to sleep, it would continue. It was like a running series or something for a TV show. And the person that I was supposed to meet with was Elder Malcolm. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, you should be looking at GMS videos. And Elder Malcolm, let's see if he's in here somewhere. All of these are GMS videos. You can pause and type in at will. If you're not already following, I'd ask that you please do so to be further edified. So here we go. This is the Elder Malcolm of the Chicago camp. All right, this is his first page. This is his other page, GMS Maccabean Spirit. I'll do my best to remember to put those channels in the description box so you don't have to search too far, because yeah, it's gonna be tough to find nowadays because they want to put a gag order on the word, on the truth. So I'm going to go ahead and tell the dream as I remember it for the most part. Again, I apologize in advance, so bear with me. I'm remembering in bits and pieces. So I remember being in a giant facility. All the walls were white. There were many floors. So the bottom floor was a very wide hallway, and it broke off into other wide hallways like a tree layout. And if you stood in the middle and you looked to your left and your right, you would see stairwell or stairs, which were indicating of different floors. So it was floor 1, 2, 3, 4, however many. What I remember is being chased by a group of men. I don't really remember what the uniform looked like, but I know that they were all in a uniform. They were all, they looked the same as far as apparel is concerned, and gear and whatnot. And I'm running, and I'm not getting tired. Right? I could have increased my speed if I wanted to. I didn't. It was more like a game, that because I was watching them get winded and tired, and I wasn't. I could just run, just move as fast as I want, as slow as I want. It did not matter. I could do it on my own reconnaissance. All right. So I duck off and I hide somewhere. And then when I come out, I think, okay, I'm good. And then they're still chasing. They end up right back behind me, but they have a little kid with them. And I guess this little kid was the person who saw me when I went into hiding. So as I'm running, the little kid points out, there he is, right there, right there. And then I'm in my head as I'm running, and I have time to, think about this, I have time to stop, not even physically stop, but I'm not even winded as I'm running. I have time to think, like, should I stop? It's only 9 or 10 of them. I could deal with these dudes easily. I could easily dispose of them and get them off my case. So that was one thing. And then the voice within me, it was an inner voice saying, that's not what you're here for. Just move, just run. I don't need you to do that at this time. Just keep running. So I did. So I turned back and I look at the little kid like, oh, you little snitch. But he points to someone else on the floor above. So they stop and they turn around and try to hit the next stairwell to get the other guy. Now the other guy looks nothing like me. So they would have had a positive ID on me for when I first started running. But when I got when the little kid pointed to the guy, it was a middle-aged white guy in some jeans. And I was like, okay, maybe he's not a snitch. So either I was, covered by what we know by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Like, so I guess my identity was hidden or something. I don't know. I have no idea how that worked. And again, I'm talking to you as I'm in this dream, because I'm confused in the dream as well. But I finally make my way out of the building, and the voice says, you need to go to Elder Malcolm. And when I get outside, it's far open. It's just out in the middle of nowhere, but I can see far. Like how, I don't know what animals can see far. I think of the eyesight of a hawk is something crazy. Like they can see an ant on the ground from X amount, really high, but I could see very, very far. And for some reason, I use Wyoming as a reference point, and I was like, okay, so Wyoming is this way, and I don't know where I'm at, but I can see very, very far, and I just know for some reason, and I'm looking miles ahead, and I'm like, okay, target acquired. I need to go to Wyoming as a landmark, and then I'll break off from there. And then that's when I fell back, or I woke up, and when I fell back asleep, it's me running. And this was the third time I had fell back asleep. And after that, I guess I went into another dream. But through all of that, I woke up and fell asleep 3 times, and I just continued in that dream. So what it reminded me of, all right, without further ado, the most important part is the precept that it reminded me of. So I'm going to start Isaiah 40. We're going to go to, we'll start at 27, but the point is in 30 or 31. All right, so why sayest thou, Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my power. And 30, what is that, 27? And it reads a little different in the NLT. So we'll go scroll up to 27. Oh, Jacob, how can you say the Lord does not see your troubles? Right? Oh, Israel, how can you say God ignores your rights? Have you never heard? Have you never understood the Lord is everlasting, is the everlasting God? So he's our everlasting power. He's the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. Now, no one can measure the depths of his understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Even youth who will become weak and tired, and young men will fall in exhaustion. But those who trust in Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai nowadays, will find new strength. They will soar high on wings as eagles, and they will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. And I thought that was a beautiful thing, and I wish, forgive me, I should have gotten up and wrote it down as I kept waking up and going to sleep. But I was in and out of it like I was pulled in a trance. So when I would wake up, I knew that I was awake, but I couldn't move. I was like, man, I was really tired, and it forced me to fall back asleep. So, if Yahweh Bashim outside deems it worthy, deems it within his will to give me another dream, and to give me or give me the strength to get up and write it down so that I can properly portray this to you, then, if he does that, so be it. I will be on it. Like white on rice, I will be on it, Lord willing. But I pray that you were edified. Again, I'm sorry if this didn't make a lot of sense, but the key point was that there was spiritual power given unto me in that dream, and a couple before that, but those were not like this one. And for some reason, I was supposed to link with Elder Malcolm. So, yeah, that's it. And I only had one precept, so I'm not going to continue on. I'm not going to keep talking. Shalom.